Shalom, shalom. Come.
We see a lie that happened that Genesis did. I don't know if it's a lie.
I think it was on Clubhouse.
Gentile Salvation, something touching that. But my name is Crucified, and murder the prophets, and the angels of Yahweh.
Come. Come. Priest Kazak Magun, of the angels of Yahweh out here in Chicago. All honor and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Right, so like the brother said, you know, we're gonna hop into do a little review on this smoke session that the brothers from Genesis and the brothers from Ram Gadol Gabarium, you know, held, I guess, against one another. And basically we just go weigh in on it. We just go weigh in on it and continue to teach sound doctrine. Let me get this precept real quick. Right, this Titus 2:1. It says, "But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine." Right, so that's what we aim to do through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. We go speak the things that become sound doctrine, that have been battle tested, purified, and basically, you know, purified as sound doctrine. Right, proven as sound doctrine, and we go weigh in on it and give our understanding through the spirit and power of the Lord.
To the chat, let me know if my mic sounds better. I just turned it up a little bit. You gotta start testing because I be running the lives back and the audio be all fucked up. But yeah, when it comes to these Genesis brothers, they're very casual, which means they make the reasoning sound reasonable, but they're not considering the things that are relevant to the conversation, and that's basically what we're gonna bring out to align the reasoning. Is the audio not good?
I hear you fine. I don't know. Let me check it. Let me check it real quick.
Check. Sounds super low.
Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check.
Let me know how it is now. Let me know how it is now. I might just need to talk into the mic.
Yeah, you might just gotta scoot up a little bit, man. Say it with your chest out, nigga.
Hey, look at that. Hey, man, so let me know if I'm straight. Let me test it. Let me see. Tis. Okay, it's good, man. It's a lot of wind. What the fuck is that wind?
I don't know.
That's your shit. I think that's your shit.
It could be. I got my window open in the back, but
Close that motherfucker 20 unless it's hot than a bitch, nigga.
man, it's hot.
Oh shit, man. Okay, we're gonna get into this video. I looked at a little bit of it, man. There's just a lot of things that aren't being considered, but we're gonna get into the breakdown. We ain't gonna jump the gun. Especially Isaiah 56. They seem to have that be a pillar to substantiate their doctrine in the Old Testament, and that breakdown is terrible, man. But we're gonna make it plain upon tables as the priests of the Most High, the Levites. So, are you straight? Kazak, you good? Okay, yeah, you're muted. Okay, let's do it.
It's like, where's this? This is just not.
I got my truck.
One second,
right now
Panah.
outside of these people home dealing with you about
Right,
some.
that's cool. Then focus on your job, bro. You don't want to debate
One
me. Of
second,
course,
No,
what's
one
the
second, one
problem?
second, one second,
listen, bro.
Panah. One second,
I'm
brother.
right here.
Aside. One second, one second,
Ask me
one
whatever
second.
question you want.
Panah, I got you, King. So Panah wants to build right here, right now. Hassad, are you
I got
willing
you.
to build with Panah
Yeah,
right
that's
now?
cool. Absolutely.
All right.
I
Y'all go
don't
ahead,
got no
John.
questions for
So
him. He can ask me the questions, and then when I ask the question,
Let me know if the video sound good. If I need to raise the audio, all that shit, man. Shout out South Carolina, man. We're gonna get into the reaction.
just
okay,
back
I
up. I
want y'all to hear.
appreciate you if
I
you
want
answer
y'all to.
mine.
So, I now when we have this discussion, I want you guys to pay really close attention to how he said I'm a gimmick and I play games. I want you guys to get ready to hear some crazy game plan. Okay. Now I remember the conversation we had. He said he had my head spinning. I don't know what he's talking about because he tell me some of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. No disrespect. Now this brother believes every Gentile nation is going into slavery. That's his position. Here's one of the first questions I asked him. Joel chapter 3, and I'll start at verse 6. The children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians, that you might remove them far from their border. Behold, I'll raise them out of the place where you have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah. This is talking about these particular group of Canaanites. And they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people afar off, for the Lord has spoken it. I want you guys to hear his answer. How are all nations going into slavery if the Sabians are buying these particular Canaanites as slaves in the kingdom of heaven?
You want to answer that?
Easy, man. All right, let's go to Genesis, the 9th chapter. All right. How are every nation going into slavery if the Sabians are buying, these Canaanites, right? And I got other precepts to basically back up my standpoint.
We really already bodied their ass on this shit, on the debate we did.
Right. They really couldn't say nothing against that.
What I don't understand is why are niggas not using our cuts?
Exactly. They don't pay attention, Kapal. We just little niggas. We don't know what we talk about.
I guess that's
Right.
what you think
What is that? When Noah cursed Canaan. Is that the 10th chapter or the 9th chapter? Let's go down, keep going. Right there. Right. Let's start at 21.
Genesis 9 and verse 21. And he drank of the wine and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. Right. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders, and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father on some no diddy shit.
Right.
Their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness, because nobody want to see that shit.
Right.
And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his youngest son had done unto him. He like, man, what the fuck, like, y'all looking at?
Right.
And he said, cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brother.
Right. Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants.
A servant
right.
of
So
who?
you have a servant of servants. Right. So you have servants, and then you have servants of servants. Meaning the Canaanites will be the lowest of the fucking total pole. Right. When it comes to servants.
Man,
right.
read the comment, man. South Carolina.
Go ahead.
Everything y'all brought out, they brushed it off and moved on to the next point. Hell yeah, when they would get cut, the end of the 20 minutes would be over, and they wouldn't expound on what the fuck we just said.
Come. So it says, "Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be." Now let's go. And Salaki, what was I just thinking about? So now when we was in the time of Ezra, right, Kapad? Who was we in captivity under in the time of Ezra?
You talking about Israel?
Yeah.
Yo, who is Roman?
We was under the Medo-Persian captivity in the time of Ezra, right? We came straight out of the Babylonian captivity and went straight into the Medo-Persian captivity. So let's go to Ezra 2, and let's start at 54. Right, when they're given the logs and the recollections and the name list, right, of everybody that came out and came back to Jerusalem, right? And no Israelite would say that we weren't in captivity at this time, because you have in Nehemiah, I believe, the 9th chapter, or the 10th chapter, it says we are servants this day, and the Persians have dominion over our bodies, right? In the land that the Lord gave us, we are servants in it. Paraphrasing. So let's go to Ezra 2 and 54.
Okay, this is Ezra 2 and verse 54. The children of Neziah, the children of Hakika, the children of Solomon's servants, the children of Sakai, the children of Sophereth, the children of Peruda, the children of Jalah, the children of Darkin, the children of Gidel, the children of Shephatiah, the children of Hatil, the children of Pachereth, the children of Zaban, the children of Ami, the children of Nemis,
All the Nethinims.
and the children of Solomon's servants were 392.
Right, so these were called Solomon's servants, right? These were Solomon's slaves. They came out of the Babylonian captivity with us along and went along with us in the Medo-Persian captivity. Remember, we captives our damn selves. So how we got Solomon's servants? How we got servants still, and we captives under the Medo-Persian Empire? Let's go to Nehemiah 9, just to back that up. Nehemiah 9, I think I'm on verse 26 or 36, one of the two. Hey.
Just a reminder, man, this is also Who Wants Smoke.
Go play.
If anybody wants smoke, you can put that link in the chat. So what verse?
What 36 say?
Behold, we are this. Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was. God, all praise to the Most High.
Behold, we are servants this day, and for the land that thou givest unto our fathers to eat the fruit thereof and the good thereof. Behold, we are servants in it.
Right. So we were servants in the land that the Lord gave us. It said Nehemiah said we were servants this day. Right now, Nehemiah and Ezra, they were contemporary with each other. Right, meaning they were alive at the same time. Right. So they came out of that. They came out of that captivity, of the Babylonian Empire, and entered into the Medo-Persian Empire at the same time, because we went from one transition, from one captivity to the next, right? And so it said we are servants this day in our own land. So if we servants, how we got Solomon's servants? We servants with servants. You see what I'm saying? So it's not an impossible thing for servants to still have servants, for slaves to still have slaves. Now you even had Doeg the Edomite. He was in charge of all Saul's servants. Doeg was a servant his damn self, but he was in charge of all Saul's servants. Let's go to the book of Shalakia. 1 Samuel. What's that I want? 1 Samuel 22 and verse 9. No, 22 and 22 and verse 8. Wait, is that what I wanted?
Inspired against me. That stirred up my servant against me.
Let's read verse 9.
So 1 Samuel 22 and verse 9. Then answered Doeg the Edomite, which was set over the servants of Saul, and said, I saw the son of Jesse coming to Nob, the Amalek, the son of Ahitub.
Right. So Doeg the Edomite, he was set over the servants of Saul. Doeg was a servant himself, and he was set over other servants. So is it far-fetched that, Doeg being over the other servants, that he can't go and acquire more servants for Saul? That Saul could give him, a lump sum of money and say, go buy more servants, go buy more herdmen, or whoever you was over. Right? It's not far-fetched. Right? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Is a servant, and the concubines could be a servant of the wife.
Right. Exactly. Like Sarah and Hagar. Right. And like Bilhah and Zilpah. right? Those were servants, and they were servants to Leah and Rachel, right? So it's not a far fetched thing, man, right? Canaan, it said the curse that Noah put upon Canaan. It said, "Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be." They don't necessarily got to be, the Sabians don't necessarily got to be free people to acquire servants. It's not far fetched, man, and it's an easy explanation to that, right? Matter of fact, it's the only and best explanation for it, right? Because if you saying any other thing, you just pulling shit out the hat, like you trying to pull white rabbits out the hat, and it ain't gonna work.
Well, we're gonna have to see what this brother says. I'm gonna keep reminding y'all, man, this is also a human smoke, so y'all want to link that shit, we're gonna prove it. But let's get back to the video. I'm up.
Open it first into the hands of the
You sharing the screen? I was gonna say I can't see it.
children of Judah. This is talking about these particular group of Canaanites. And they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people afar off.
Hey, hold on, Kapad.
I want you guys.
Can y'all hear me?
They saying they can barely hear your ass.
Let me know something, dog. Niggas talking about y'all can hear me, y'all can't hear me. I got this big ass microphone right here, man.
Man, that mic ass. You might have to go with something else.
Yo, test. You can hear.
Oh, okay. All right, let me mute.
We can hear Kapad when you mute it, cause I don't want my microphone to be too loud. I'm gonna play the video, but let me know how it sounds right now, cause this is how I'm gonna have my mic, and let me know how it sounds right here. I can see my mic levels going up fine, so let me know something. But we're gonna play the video.
To hear his answer. How are all nations going into slavery if the Sabians are buying these particular Canaanites as slaves in the kingdom of heaven? Watch.
Okay, we're going to watch, right? So now when you look up the Hebrew, as I said, his head spinning, right? The term Sabian could relate to a particular nation, right? But in certain contexts, it is a certain class, which means drunkard. So the point of Joel chapter 3, where we at, right, about the people being sold off to Sabians, it's just a simple way of the Lord explaining that he's going to be sold to a people that were afar off, who were considered drunkards, who the Most High considered Ephraim. So when you look up the context, if somebody can pull that, can we look up Sabians?
When y'all come into the live, make sure y'all like the video, get them lights up.
Yeah, okay. You sure you want me to look it up? I got it right here.
Can we look up Sabians, please?
Salakia.
Yes, we can.
Hey, you know how to put a poll in the chat. That's one thing that Tazariak be doing. He'll put a poll, so it's like as soon as you click on the video, it be in your face. Like, did you thumb up the video?
Hey, got to check these niggas. Hey, niggas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see about that.
Let's see the definitions of Sabians.
The people of the nation of Sheba, or drunkard, or he who is coming.
Okay, so I lied?
What do you mean, did you lie?
Yeah, so did I lie about the definitions of Sabian?
Yeah, that's a definition. Let's see if that makes sense. Everybody. So Sabians are Cushites. Let's see what makes more sense. That we're going to sell this. Now notice, it says Judah, Jerusalem, and Canaanites. It makes mention of actual nations, and one nation being sold to another nation. Now, when there's no like, oh, well, Judah means this, and Jerusalem means that, and Grecians means this. But all of a sudden, when we get to Sabianites, it means some drunk Puerto Ricans. Let's just read it again. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah. Yep, children of Judah, no problem. And they shall sell.
If niggas understand the breakdown we just gave on this, put a 1 in the chat. If niggas are still confused and need us to expound, put a 2. 1 of you understand, 2 of you don't understand. Because we're finna move on in a minute. I think he finna struggle with this a little bit, but let's see.
Sell them to the Sabians, to a people afar off. Yeah, they're afar off because they're, drinking Bacardi? No, because they are Gentiles who come from Cush, who live far. That is a much more reasonable understanding of this text. My head's not spinning. Maybe you're a Sabian, and maybe your head's spinning from drinking too much.
No, we all know what drunkard means. We all know the Near East idioms that you have no idea what you're talking about. Can somebody read Zephaniah 2 and 11 really quick, Baba Shah?
Can a brother read for him? There's no way all of y'all busy.
I'll read
Yeah.
it. Hey, I'll read it. Don't want me to
No.
read it?
No, not
I'll
you,
read.
bro.
I'll read them. I just came up to read.
Oh,
Scott, what you want, Elder?
One second, I'm at work. Yeah, so was it Zephaniah chapter 2, verses 11 and 12?
Scott, this is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 11 and 12. This shall they have for their pride, because they have reproached and magnified themselves against the people of the Lord of hosts. The Lord will be terrible unto them, for he will famish all the gods of the earth, and men shall worship him, every one from his place, even all the owls of the heathen.
Salaki, hold on. I got some stuff going on in the background. One second. I'm at work, y'all. I wanted you to pull. Did you read verse 12?
Salakia, no.
Yeah, read verse 12.
Read verse. Yea, Ethiopians also, yeah, shall be slain by my sword.
About this because you were trying to prove vassal kingdom within the scriptures as if the Gentiles was going to have some sense of sovereignty or some sense of rulership, which is not biblical. Okay. The Bible just stated that the Ethiopian is going to be slain with the sword, right? We know that the Lord also applies change to that sentiment as well, right? So I remember you explaining that, and I remember explaining to you that the heathen already have their time. Now I'm gonna ask you this question. I'm gonna ask you it clear, and I ask that you please answer it clear back. When Christ said, "Until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled," was Christ talking about their dominions in power, social structures, kingdoms coming to an end at some point?
Yeah, Gentiles ruling the world will come to an end. Israel will rule the world. But will it be just Israel? No. We see Gentiles who are joined with them who will also partake in that. There's a direct answer to your question. I don't know what Zephaniah 2 has.
Where is that
I
at?
tried to say,
Yeah, Gentiles gonna be ruling the world.
He said we see Gentiles that are joined with them that are also gonna be ruling the world. Where is that scripture at?
So talking about
'Cause
Isaiah 56, man.
I don't know. Let's go to Daniel 2 and 44 real quick.
I did this nigga mention, goddamn. Isaiah 56. Is that 224?
2 and 44.
This is Daniel 2 and verse 44. In the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people.
Wait, it's gonna be other people ruling.
And it shall not be left to other people.
Wait, hold on. It's gonna be some people that's joining the Israel. We gonna be clicked up in cahoots, and they gonna be in rulership too.
But it says it shall not be left to other people.
Oh damn.
But it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
Now let's go to Daniel 7 and 11. We're gonna stay in the same book. We're gonna go to chapter 7, verse
Daniel
11.
7 and verse 11. I beheld then. Am I sharing my screen? Okay.
Yeah, come.
I beheld then because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake. I beheld even till the beast was slain and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame.
Right, that's about the revised Roman Empire, right? That beast is gonna be slain and his body given to the burning flame. Now let's read verse 12.
Verse 12 of Daniel 7. As concerning the rest of the beasts, they
The who? The who? As concerning who? The rest of the beasts. Meaning the other nations. As concerning the other nations. They all beasts. Right? The Lord said in Ezekiel, I believe it's 33, that his flock, is either 33 or 34, that his flock was given to every beast of the field. meaning we was scattered through all nations, a prey to all nations, right? So these nations are known as beasts. So this is in Daniel 7 and 12. It say as concerning the rest of the beasts, right? Because we see that one beast just got destroyed. That was that fourth beast, right? The revised Roman Empire, right? Along with Babylon. So it says as concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away. How is they in rulership if their dominion was taken away? What's dominion? Click on that word for dominion, Baba Kashar.
And 7 and 12 word for dominion.
Strong's H 7985. Sholtan.
Shaitan, which means sovereignty, dominion, realm.
Sovereignty. Wait, what's sovereignty? Independence?
Right.
Because don't the Moors be like, I'm a sovereign citizen, I'm an independent citizen? You ain't got no damn independence in our kingdom. You under us. How you not in rulership? What's the other definition say?
Empire, abstract.
Empire. They had their empires taken away.
Right.
That's crazy. But yet they in rulership with Israel. Y'all ain't got no empire. What that say? Dominion.
What you looking at? Abstractly or concretely?
Let's read this in another translation. Let's see what it say if it give a different word than dominion. Click on the Bibles tab. You could just click on the Bibles tab, but it's all good. What that say?
So the NLT, the other three.
God damn! No, go to the NIV. Go to the NIV. Go to the NIV.
The other beasts had been stripped of their authority.
Damn, they been stripped. That shit was taken from they stripped.
Yeah, well, rulership comes with authority. That's what
Right.
ruling means.
Right.
But we're allowed to live for a period of time, so their period is gonna pass.
Mm-hmm.
The NLT, the other three beasts had their authority taken away.
But they were allowed to live. What they say? But they are allowed to live.
Yeah, the Amplified, as for the rest of the beasts, their power was taken away. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's plain upon table.
That's plain. That NIV just went crazy though. They were stripped. That's like when you snatch somebody, when you take somebody's stripes, when you snatch their rank or something like that, they got stripped from it. You had something? Go ahead.
Yeah, so there's a point in time where the nations will be granted compassion if they do serve the God of Israel. But that's for a certain period of time, man. That's after they serve their hardcore bondage. They're not going to be ruling and they're not going to have compassion. So if you go to Jeremiah 12, let's start at verse 14. Thus said the Lord against all mine evil neighbors, right? When you read Zechariah 2, you see the same language. The evil neighbors that touch my inheritance, the apple of mine eye, right? That touch the inheritance which I have caused my people Israel to inherit. Behold, I will pluck them out of their land, plucking up the heathen, and pluck out the house of Judah from among them, right? And it shall come to pass that after I have plucked them out, I will return and have compassion on them, and will bring them again, every man to his heritage and every man to his land. So at this portion of time, they would have been in captivity, and now the Most High is having compassion on them, right? Israel has already been brought to their land. When the heathen are in captivity, the Israelites don't got to be brought to their land. See what I'm saying? So at this point, every man to his heritage and every man to his land, that's when they'll be granted compassion. And it shall come to pass if they will diligently learn the ways of my people to swear by my name, the Lord liveth. I don't know if they're going to bring it up, but when Zechariah 2 speaks about the people of the Most High, that's prior to this, right? So if that's prior to this, we can't conclude that the heathen are integrated into the concept of being the Most High's people. Because after the fact of the heathen being granted the ability to go back to their own land, they're still not the Lord's people. You see what I'm saying?
Let's go to Acts 1 and 6. And then we go back to the video.
This is Acts 1 and verse 6. When they therefore will come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? To who?
No, restore it to everybody else.
Not to Israel, nigga.
No, to Israel and they associates.
Nah, man, to Israel, man.
To Israel and who we clicked up with. Like, that's it. It don't make sense. Like, you don't see it. And you telling me that the apostles didn't have the right understanding on that? On who the kingdom was for? That don't make sense to me. Why they asking? Yahushua just taught them. They were just on tour with him for 3 years. 3 years straight. And if Yahushua was out there teaching heathen, why would they say, oh, you finna restore again the kingdom to Israel? That don't even make sense. If he was out there teaching heathen, it'd just be an everybody kingdom. Go ahead, we go back to the video. I'm finna mute up.
That these Sabians, which were Cushites, which are Ethiopians, that they're going to have some sense of vassal kingdom. That's why you brought the point up, right?
Wow.
Right. So make it make sense how the Bible is explaining how Ethiopians are going to be slain with the sword. They're going to be given chains and servitude. Now, how are they having this vassal kingdom?
You just answered it by incorrectly applying Isaiah 45 to the end days. This Zephaniah 2 already took place. Zephaniah 2 already took place. He talks about us getting judged. Look at this. Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord comes upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger comes upon you. This has an historical context, Brother Panah. This already took place. When you read Isaiah 45 and it says the Ethiopians, men of stature, shall come unto you, who's he talking to? He's talking to Cyrus. This is not an end time judgment. Ye Ethiopians shall be slain by my sword. You just read that out of the context, and the precept you pulled with it was out of context too.
Okay, now y'all heard what he just said, right? How he double talked, how he said, yeah, all the nations, they're gonna, all their power and their kingdom's gonna end, but not all of them. Well, which ones, brother?
Okay, well, I'll answer your question
Are
again.
you yeah, go ahead. Yeah, answer the right way, please.
Thank you. In Luke 21 and 24, when Christ says the time of the Gentiles, the ion or the eon, that's the time in which the Gentiles have rulership of the world. That's going to come into an end. They will not rule the world. So if their kingdoms, if their rulership of the world is going to come to an end, what's going to follow? Israel's going to rule the world with Gentiles who believe.
Hold on. We gotta back. What Ruger be saying? Back the fuck up, right? We gotta back up, right? Because he said that this is talking about the time of Cyrus. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Let's go back like 30 seconds. So I talk fast as hell. You gotta really listen and break down what he's saying, because he talk fast. Like he naturally talk fast, but then he kind of speed that shit up as a mechanism, right? But go ahead and let's go back to where he read Zephaniah 2 and 1.
In Luke 21 and 24, when Christ says the time of the Gentiles, the ion or the eon, that's the time in which the Gentiles have rulership of the world. That's going to come into an end. They will not rule the world. So if their kingdoms, if their rulership of the world is going to come to an end, what's going to follow? Israel's going to rule the world with Gentiles who believe, who cleave to us, with us. That's how it's always been.
I gotta go back.
Men of stature shall come unto you, Lord's anger comes upon you. This has an historical context, Brother Panah. This already took place.
Go back a little more.
Ethiopians are going to be slain with the sword.
Okay, you can
They're
stay right
going
there.
to be given chains and servitude. Now, how are they having this vassal kingdom?
You just answered it by incorrectly applying Isaiah 45 to the end days. This Zephaniah 2 already took place. Zephaniah 2 already took place. He talks about us getting judged. Look at this. Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord comes upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger comes upon you. This has an historical context, Brother Panah. This
one thing, hold on, pause it. The day of the Lord didn't happen yet, right? But let's keep going.
When you read Isaiah 45 and it says the Ethiopians, men of stature, shall come unto you, who's he talking to? He's talking to Cyrus. This is not an end time judgment. You Ethiopians shall be slain by my sword. You just read that out of the context, and the precept you pulled with it was out of context too.
Pause. It's like,
Okay, now y'all heard
right.
what
So
you just said, right?
So he's saying that, hush, stop. So he's saying that this happened in the time of Cyrus. We was in captivity even in the time of Cyrus, right? When you read verse, what's that? Let's go to Zephaniah 2. Let's go to Zephaniah 2 real quick. All right, I'm finna read verse 1 and 2, and then we go jump down to verse where it say the remnants of Judah, right? So it says, gather, Zephaniah 2 and 1. It says, gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass, and it say, gather together, O nation not desired. Wouldn't nobody say that this is not talking about Israel? Was Israel all gathered together? No. You had three damn tribes in the Middle East at that time, as a whole. Right, you had remnants of the northern kingdom, yeah, but as a whole, you only had 3 tribes: Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. At that time, northern kingdom been gone since 720 BC. They been gone, right? So it says, "Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you." So you got the day of the Lord. The day of the Lord has not happened yet, right? So let's jump down to verse. Right, let's jump down to verse 7. It said, "And the coast shall be for the remnant of the house of Judah. They shall feed thereupon in the houses of Ashkelon. Shall they lay down in the evening? For the Lord their God shall visit them and do what? Turn away their captivity." We were still in fucking captivity in the time of Cyrus. So this can't be talking about the time of Cyrus. We were still in captivity, bro. These people, they try to talk fast and try to ease through shit. We were still in cap. We just read it in Nehemiah. Hold on. Let me mute up.
Yeah, man, it sound good, man. What they saying, that shit sound good. You got a word called casuist I like to use, which means clever but unsound reasoning. See what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a cut. Man, make sure y'all like the video. Let's run back this exact moment. I'm gonna run it back like 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
Chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord comes upon you. Before the day of the Lord's anger comes upon you. This has an historical context, brother. Before the Jew, all
Salakia.
Historical context.
Salakia. I had to step away. My son then damn turned the TV up. Got SpongeBob all in the background. Go get us a damn copyright, man.
Yeah, he said don't get no phone.
Yeah, he don't care. But yeah, we just read in Nehemiah how we as servants this day. Let me get this. Let me get this. Hold on. Cause it say Judah go. Didn't it just say that Judah go lie down and rest? Let's go back to Zephaniah 2. It said they shall lie down and the Lord go visit and turn away our captivity.
Yeah, they shall lie down in the evening, for the Lord their God shall visit them and turn away their captivity.
Right, to lie down in the evening, that's entering into his rest. Is what that's talking about. Lie down in the evening, you go rest when you're lying down. Right, let's go to Nehemiah 10. Let me see. Let's see what I want. Nehemiah 9 and 37. Yeah, we gonna read 36 and 37. Same point that we just hit.
Behold, we are servants this day, and for the land that thou gavest unto our fathers to eat the fruit thereof, and the good thereof, behold, we are servants in it. And it yieldeth much increase unto the kings whom thou hast set over us because of our sins. Also,
we had kings over us. Cyrus was one of them kings, right? Ahasuerus was one of them kings that was over us, right? Nehemiah was Ahasuerus' cupbearer. He was the man that held his cup next to the king. You know, so this could we was in captivity at this time, man. How can you say this is the time of Cyrus? Let's keep going.
Boom. Let me read that again because I wasn't sharing the screen. And it
Okay.
giveth much increase unto the kings whom thou hast set over us. Because of our sins, they have dominion over our bodies.
They got what, Kapad?
Dominion over our bodies, nigga.
We just said dominion was we just went into the Strongs. That word dominion was Sultan, right? And it said the other nations go have their dominion taken away. This is the time where we had our dominion taken away. We ain't had no dominion. We ain't had no authority over ourselves. So how you finna say that when it just said in Zephaniah 2 that the Lord go turn away our captivity? Nigga, we was in captivity in the time of Cyrus. Come on now.
At the gate, nigga.
Stop playing with us, man. I'm gonna put that A on it. I'm gonna hit you with that A every time, man. Until it's printed on your head.
At the gate, nigga. Let's finish this off. So, they have dominion over our bodies and over our cattle at their pleasure, and we are in great distress. And because of all this, we make sure covenant and write it, and make our princes, Levites, and priests unto it. Boom, let's hit this video, man.
Already took place. Zephaniah 2 already took place. He talks about us getting judged.
Make sure y'all like that video, man. Niggas spitting bars at their home, man, for real.
Look at this. Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord comes upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger comes upon you. This has an historical context, brother Panah. This already took place. When you read Isaiah 45 and it says the Ethiopians, men of stature, shall come unto you, who's he talking to? He's talking to Cyrus. This is not an end time judgment. Ye Ethiopians shall be slain by my sword. You just read that out of the context, and the precept you pulled with it was out of context too.
Are you sure about that?
Okay, now y'all heard what he just said, right? How he double
Hey, Salakia. Salakia, if this was the Maury show, it'd be like the lie detector determined that was a lie. Oh, bro, if this was the Maury show.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, all the nations, they're gonna, all their power and their kingdom's gonna end, but not all of them. Well, which ones, brother?
Okay, well, I'll answer your question.
Are
again.
you? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, answer the right way, please.
Thank you. In Luke 21 and 24, when Christ says the time of the Gentiles, the ion or the eon, that's the time in which the Gentiles have rulership of the world. That's going to come into an end. They will not rule the world. So if their kingdoms, if their rulership of the world is going to come to an end, what's going to follow? Israel's going to rule the world with Gentiles who believe, who cleave to us, with us. That's how it's always.
He just said the Gentiles, the Gentile heathen are going to be ruling with us. But prior to that, he said the Gentiles' rulership is going to diminish. So, well, which one is it?
Always been. When King David, it was the nation of Israel, and guess what? He had Gentiles in his army. He had Gentiles in his lands. King David told a Gentile, may the Lord show you his love as he has shown me love.
What the fuck is having heathens in our army? That's not a fucking point, nigga. Of course a heathen can join our army, nigga. Put them niggas on the front line, nigga. They gonna die first, nigga, in the head.
Salakia, let's go back a little bit. Go back like 20, 30 seconds.
Yeah. 30 seconds.
Have rulership of the world. That's gonna come into an end.
Shit, we got cattle in the army too, nigga. We could have cattle, but we can't have heathen.
They will not rule the world. So if their kingdoms, if their rulership of the world is going to come to an end, what's going to follow? Israel's going to rule the world with Gentiles who believe, who cleave to us, with us. That's how it's always been.
Now, Salakia, Kapad, who is the who are going to be the government or the ruling class, you know, of the Israelites that, you know, in the kingdom?
The 144.
The 144,000, right? That stand upon Mount Zion, right? Now let's go to 2nd Esdras chapter 2. Hold on, Azzy. Let's go to 2nd Esdras chapter 2 and we're gonna start at verse 40.
2nd Esdras 2. Let me make sure I'm sharing. And verse 40. Take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white.
Right. It says, take thy number, O Zion, right, and shut up those that are clothed in white, right. The 144,000, they got those white robes on. They standing upon the Mount Zion, and they are the children of Zion, right. Keep going.
Which have fulfilled the law of the Lord. Take the number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. I mean, the number of thy children which thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed.
The people that have been called from the beginning. Before that, in verse 40, it says, take thy number, O Zion. Zion is the people that was called from the beginning. Keep going.
Now, we just proved a minute ago that the heathen can't be integrated into the concept of being the Lord's people.
Right. Right.
So, verse 42, I, Esdras, saw upon Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. Right? So the people clothed in white, the innumerable multitude in Revelation, is Zion.
Keep going.
Whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. Verse 43, and in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These are they that have put off the mortal clothing and have put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of God. Now are they crowned and receive palms.
Right. So Salakia, let's go to Revelation 14. Because Esdras is seeing the same thing that John saw.
Right. Where you want me to start at? I can start
Verse 1. Verse 1.
Verse 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name.
Salakia. A man that Ezra said he saw a man that was taller than the rest, putting crowns upon the people's head. That's the lamb standing upon Mount Zion. Right? Keep going.
Having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. They are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of God. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation, and kindred, and tongue, and people, saying with a loud voice, Fear God, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of water.
Right. So we know that the ruling class of Israel in the kingdom will be the 144,000, right, under Yahweh Shah, right. So basically, we just saw that Ezra and John had the same vision of the 144,000 on Mount Zion, receiving the palms in their hands and the crowns putting on their heads, right? And Yahweh Shah standing with them. That's the same thing that you see in Revelation 14. You see that in 2 Esdras 2 and verse 40. Hush. You see that in 2 Esdras 2 and verse 40 on down, right? So with that, it just said in 2 Esdras, now that we know that the visions is parallel, hush, hold on. Now that we know that the visions is parallel, it's in 2 Esdras, it said that take thy number, O Zion, right? Those people that were standing upon Mount Zion were the children of Zion. Who are the children of Zion? That's Israel. That's Israelites, right? So the ruling class will be Israel. You don't see no heathen being called Zion. Brothers got to show me that. Can you show me any heathen, being called Zion? You ain't gonna be able to find that in there, right? So Zion is the ruling class. Ain't finna be no heathens ruling just because they agree that our God is the one true God. That don't mean nothing for them.
Well, yeah, like Ruth, for example, when she said your God shall be my God, she didn't enter into a different class of heathen. You feel what I'm saying? She said that by her own volition. She didn't make a new concept in the Torah. You feel what I'm saying? So let's start back with the video. Any questions, man, just put them in the chat, man. We'll address anything. If anybody wanting this smoke, we could put a link in the chat. Just say something, pop your shit. Make sure y'all like the video.
It was the nation of Israel, and guess what? He had Gentiles in his army. He had Gentiles in his lands. King David told a Gentile, may the Lord show you his love as he has shown me love. This has nothing to, for the record though, this has nothing to do with him trying to say Joel chapter 3 is talking about drunk Puerto Ricans. Do you guys understand that that's what his explanation is? His explanation in Joel 3 when it says, you shall sell them to the Sabians, a people afar off, is referring to drunk Puerto Rican people.
Now, I never even said anything
Shit,
about a
my bad.
Puerto
I'm
Rican,
not
and I never
sure.
talked about Puerto Rican. You just, like I said, you're a gimmick. And what you do is try to make this thing laughable because you think you have some type of knowledge, but you don't. You have no, you're very knowledgeable on some things, but you have
That's what his side be doing, man. That's why niggas call his ass fake humble. That nigga fake humble than the motherfucker, dog.
no wisdom at all of these scriptures.
You're in the Matrix, brother.
Right? And that's why you say, hold on, that's why you say foolish stuff like,
You're in the Matrix.
oh yeah,
Nah.
all the niggas. Hold on,
Come on,
let
come
me
on.
this,
Lock
bro.
it.
I ain't cut you off.
No, you.
Say something. My bad.
I ain't say nothing.
All of the nations.
No, you. This is
I
me.
didn't
This-
mention
no,
a drunk
no.
Puerto Rican at all.
You-
Right? You
nah.
don't understand
I don't
the
want.
ancient Near
I don't
East
want.
idioms.
Bro,
for
you're in the
Sabian.
Matrix.
Come on.
Nah, Matrix,
Don't
Matrix.
understand
Come on,
that.
you in the Matrix, I want.
Yeah,
I don't want
y'all,
you in the
it's a
Matrix.
delay. It's usually a delay. That's why it seems like he's like continuing to talk. It's because on his end, it's a delay. So Panah, you've been in the Matrix, King. You back? Nah, you still in the Matrix, King.
Can I be heard?
Say something again. Say something, Panah.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Nah, you still in the Matrix, King.
Can y'all hear me?
Just give him a second. Give him a second, family. Give him a second.
And this is going left too. I really don't.
Can y'all hear me?
I really don't want it to go left.
Dog, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you still sound like a
Can y'all be heard?
Yeah, you sound
Yeah,
better now.
I hear you, my brother.
You sound better now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can hear you. Ain't nothing going left. Like I said, I don't care. I'm at work and I'm in the truck. So when I'm expressing myself, I just really wish you think that, like, really believe that I really didn't even want to come in this room. It's really low level, and it really don't make any sense for you to come out your mouth and say that I said something. That's what I said. Talking to you is like, it's becoming strange because nobody said anything about a drunk Puerto Rican. Nobody said anything about a drunk Puerto Rican. You said that I lied about what Sabian was, and it's becoming a waste of time because when I said look up the definition, you said Ethiopian, you said drunkard, but then you're going to say that I lied about that. Like, at this point, it don't make any sense to keep going back and forth with you. You can ask me the questions, but all you're going to do is try to marginalize on the community. All you're going to do is try to act like brothers make no sense about nothing. But when I'm asking you simple questions and you're answering, you're saying I'm lying about it, but I'm literally showing you the proof right there. So I'm just ready for the next question, bro.
Okay.
That's
Well, I
all.
want to say this. I want to say this with respect. I'm not trying to marginalize anybody, and this is the honest truth about it. I came into the truth when I was 16 years old, and I wanted to see, intelligent black men and Hispanic men give me some information. And when I come to find out and realize that a decent amount of the information is there's no merit to it, there's no scholarship or academia behind it,
Apparently,
I get very
nigga,
disappointed. But it's very
according to his side, he ain't understand the information. You weren't asking the fucking right questions, nigga, when you was in this shit, right? You could have asked, man, say, bro. Let's keep going, dog.
disappointing for me to hear you, who's been in the knowledge of being an Israelite probably longer than I've been alive, and tell me that Zephaniah 3 and 8, Sabian doesn't mean Sabian. It really means, well, it means drunkard. This is talking about Ephraim, and Isaiah calls him, that you did say drunk Puerto Rican without saying it. But you don't want to say it overtly because it sounds ridiculous. I'm not trying to marginalize anybody. I'm trying to get brothers to think. and change the way that they think because it sounds ridiculous. And this is why people make fun of us. You're going to be made fun of when you say this is a drunk Puerto Rican. I'm not saying I'm going to make fun of you. I'm disappointed by it, frankly. But it just sounds ridiculous. So you don't want to talk to me anymore. That's fine, brother.
No,
I think this has been very clear.
Brother, what I'm saying is I could care less, but I sat on stage waiting for you to ask me questions.
No, it's good.
And hold on. In your mind, and which is literally basic and simple right now about what I'm saying. You know that drunk Puerto Rican ain't come out my mouth. Okay. So now I got to double back and re-explain myself to an audience that really want to hear us build, right? On an actual, like, can we have a wise conversation, a wise back and forth, right? I had to prove that you lied on me, that I didn't lie on you. Right now you lying and say, oh, you said this and you said that. I didn't say nothing about a drunk Puerto Rican. Now, according to the Bible, when the Bible's talking about drunkards, right, and the people far off, was Ephraim considered a people that got cast far off? And did the Most High consider them drunkards?
So it is talking about drunk Puerto Ricans. Nigga, why are you playing with me, bro? Puerto Ricans are Ephraim. They're drunk. They're drunk Puerto Ricans.
Can people honestly tell him to answer the question?
Sure, ask again. Let's try this one more. I mean, unbelievable. Go ahead one more time. Let me lock in and be serious. Go ahead. Ask me the question.
Okay. The children of Ephraim, were they considered drunkards because they drank booze?
Yeah.
Or were they Puerto Ricans drinking booze? In Isaiah 28:1.
Well, they weren't called Puerto Ricans yet, but they were drunk.
This guy. Brother, in what context?
In an alcoholic context?
Okay, so that in Isaiah.
We already broke this portion down, so I really want to skip forward just a little bit.
Yeah, this shit dry right here.
Yeah, man. Something his side does, he'll take somebody's standpoint, distort it, make it into a joke to lessen what the brother said, and to try to make him just seem like a dumbass, right? To shame him in front of the crowd.
Right, and to be a drunkard, bro, you ain't gotta necessarily just have wine and liquor, bro. You drunk off philosophies. You drunk off society. We was going into this on Friday. How the other nations is drunk off the wine of Babylon.
Exactly.
You know, so Ephraim, what the Lord tell us in what is that? Hosea 7:8. Somewhere around there. Ephraim is joined unto idols, let him alone. You know, so Ephraim, they joined unto idols. They drunk off other philosophies and spiritual fornications and all of that. You know, so I can see what the brother is trying to say. You know, but ultimately, if he would have just went to, you know, when Noah said, you know, Canaan be a servant of servants, it would have just been shut and closed right there. Case closed. Nigga, what's your next point? What's your next question? But now he gave him this chance to do all this rhetoric and all this extra shit where he could have just, you know, case open, case closed.
Yeah, man. Let's get.
Isaiah 28. There were literally
both.
Come on, bro.
Okay, so they're drunk Puerto Ricans.
Shut the fuck up.
It's whether or not those four nations are actual nations. You don't say, well, see, brother, Judah really means the sober-minded, and these other ones, there's none of that. It's clear.
No.
What happened to the audio?
Kept on getting kicked out the room and all of that. So my bad.
Yeah, go ahead, King.
Yeah, so like I said before, it's called context, and Hassad doesn't understand anything about the perennial sentiments of the prophets, right? When the scrolls were being carried, right? If you understand anything about, like we'll use the term Sabian at this point, the Hebrews understood what Sabian.
You already went into that, man. Let me skip.
I just explained it to you. You got to use language to understand. Oh, that's what an ant was called.
Come over unto you, and they shall be thine.
When discussing doctrine, man, you want to try to refrain from having to use 7 cuts to combat a stance. You want to use 1 or 2, man. Just slit him at the neck, right? The conversation got kind of messy because he didn't do that. But we added some clarity to that. Later on, they're going to talk about Isaiah 56. I wish he would bring that up.
Shall come after you, and in chains they shall come over. He used this as a precept. He forgot that Satan.
Yeah, I'm just in the. Oh, don't worry, bro. I'm just in a bad area. Don't worry. I'll get back.
No, you come in
So, right. So when this brother, did anybody hear this brother try to debate that Sabian?
And magically, from the beginning to the chapter, all the way into the disputed verse, it's when it makes mention of nations, it actually makes mention of nations. But then magically, you guys, just for whatever reason, no proper explanation why, magically when we get to Sabian,
right? Is it always dealing with ethnicity?
What?
Grecian. Understanding. Not going to see Sheba. Says drunkard.
Theology, we would have a Martian scholar who would all agree with me and they all disagree with you.
Okay, so once again, this guy, Grecian, you're saying that this is the descendants of Javan, and Tyre and Sidon is the descendants of Canaanites.
Yeah. Closest, the Bible, this says, "Thus says the Lord." This is what God says. Salvation's for the sons of Adam. Pick up where you left off.
Let's address this dumbass shit, because this will be making me mad, man. So look.
While he's doing that, I'm not gonna strong man and go on a rant, but I want you guys to pay very close attention. The Bible, this says, "Thus says the Lord." This is what God says. Salvation's for the sons of Adam. He says, "Yeah, sons of Israel." That's literally his first response. But hold on, you guys, it doesn't say that. It says salvation's for the sons of Adam. Panah then says, "No, God, actually what you meant to say was sons of Israel."
So listen, this what this dumbass nigga trying to conclude. This is Isaiah 56. "Thus said the Lord, keep ye judgment and do justice, for my salvation is near to come, and my righteousness to be revealed." So that's the topic of conversation, right? Salvation. You read down and it says, "Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the son of man that layeth hold on it." Right? When it says son of man, it says Ban Adam, which means descendant of Adam. And it begins to say that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it. All descendants of Adam were not given the Sabbath. It says, "and keepeth his hand from doing any evil." The reason you can't say Ban Adam automatically means all descendants of Adam within context is because Christ is called Ban Adam. Ezekiel is called Ban Adam. Let me ask ChatGPT real quick. Give me every place where the Bible says Ban Adam. So if it says Ban Adam and then it's talking about the Sabbath, we know that the Israelites are only obligated to keep the Sabbath within any of their sa'ar, which means gates, right? If I go to China, I got to keep the Sabbath. If I go to an Arabian country, I got to keep the Sabbath, right? But only if the heathen are under our gates, under our sa'ar, our walls, our household, then they are obligated to keep it. See what I'm saying? So Ezekiel 2:1, "and he said unto me, Son of man, Ban Adam, stand upon thy feet." That's talking to Ezekiel. And you got all these verses right here. It's a plethora. This is Psalms 8 and verse 4. "What is man that thou art mindful of him? And the son of man, Ban Adam, that thou visitest him." Let's go to that real quick. Psalms 8. Psalms 8 and 4. Most stars. We can move on. Who art thou? Who art that thou shouldest be afraid of man that shall die, and the son of man, Ban Adam, which shall be made as grass? So the point I'm making, Bonadam is redundantly used in the Bible, and we got to understand that context supersedes etymology. You got something to say about that?
Yeah, let's go to Ezekiel 5:1.
Ezekiel 5 and verse 1. And thou son of man, Bonadam, take thee a sharp knife, take thee a barber's razor, and cause it to pass upon thine head and upon thy beard. Then take thee
Salakia, is he telling every human being to do this?
No, nigga.
Or is he just telling Ezekiel to do this? If he telling every human being to take a barber's razor and cause it to go upon our head, you know, all of us need to be bald right now. And when you go a chapter back in the 4th chapter, he told Ezekiel to take the towels, lay upon your right side, lay upon your left side for this one. That means we need to go do that if it's talking about every human being, every descendant of Adam.
Yeah, well, they're trying to make it seem like he's a singular person or a nation of people can't be called Bonadam, which is retarded, especially when you read context. You see what I'm saying, bro? My nigga. Okay, let's just go back to Isaiah 56 real quick, right? So
Salakia, hold on real quick, before you go there. And don't in Deuteronomy 32 verse 8 it say separated Ben Adam?
Deuteronomy 2 verse 8.
32 and 8.
32. He separated Bonadam. So when the Most High divided to the nations, right, to the Goy, their inheritance, when he separated Bonadam.
Okay, so which Ban Adam is he? If the Lord separated Ban Adam in Deuteronomy 32 verse 8, it say that he separated Ban Adam. Which Ban Adam is he talking about in Isaiah 56? I need you to tell me that. Well, hold on. The Lord separated them. So which ones is he talking about in Isaiah 56? If they've been separated, they're not all together. In Deuteronomy 32, it say they've been separated.
See, this that shit that bring out that Levi anger, dog. I just gotta stop talking, dog. I gotta talk a little bit slower, dog, cause it's like explaining to a child 1 + 1 = 2, and they keep saying 15 when you ask them the question. It's like, bro. So boom, when you read verse 2 of Isaiah 56, blessed is the man that doeth this, and the son of man that layeth hold on it, Bonadam that layeth hold on it, that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and keepeth his hand from doing any evil. Now, when you go to Ezekiel 20, you're going to see a redundant notion of the language of polluting the Sabbath only in reference to Israel. So, it says it a few times, so let's look real quick. What the heathen? Lord polluted the Sabbath. Let me pull it up in my Bible because I got highlights. So Ezekiel 20, we could go verse 16 real quick. Because they despised my judgments and walked not in my statutes, but polluted my Sabbaths, for their heart went after their idols. See what I'm saying? Then you got verse 13. But the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness. They walked not in my statutes and despised my judgments, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. And my Sabbaths they greatly polluted. Then I said I would pour out my fury upon them in the wilderness to consume them. So what we got to understand is the heathen aren't obligated to keep the Sabbath. It's not multi-applicable. So let's go to when the Sabbath was commanded. So Exodus 20. Exodus 28. Okay. Exodus 28. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant. So if we have a heathen slave, he can't do any work either. Nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. Right? Let's click on this word for stranger. Nor thy stranger guard. That could be applicable to an Israelite or a heathen. But in general, they would have to keep the Sabbath within our Sa'ar. So our Sa'ar is wherever we sojourn. So when you had the Levites stand up for the name of the Most High, that wasn't in the walls of Israel, but that was within the Sa'ar, within thy gates, as it's translated. So watch this. So wherever we sojourn, if we have a heathen under us, then they would be obligated to keep the Sabbath, and then they would be able to pollute the Sabbath. See what I'm saying? Exodus 32. Exodus 32 and 26. Then Moses stood in the gate of the camp, right? This is the wilderness, dealing with when the golden calf was made, right? And the Most High told the Levites to kill every man their brethren. So then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, who is on the Lord's side? Let him come unto me. And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves together. So Moses stood in the gate of the camp. This word is stood in the Sa'ar of the camp. Right? So going back to Exodus 20, we're going to see this word as well. When the heathen are obligated to keep the Sabbath, it's only within our Sa'ar. Nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. This word is Sa'ar. So if they're not up under us, they can't pollute the Sabbath, my nigga. It's not applicable. You feel what I'm saying? So going back to Isaiah 56, blessed is the man that doeth this, and the son of man that layeth hold on it, that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and keepeth his hand from doing any evil. How many black niggas or Hispanic niggas you know that have heathen servants? You feel what I'm saying? That's the only way this could be applicable to them. Even at that, this gets problematic. This can't fit them, right? So we could break this down some more, but let's see if Asad spoke on anything in this chapter, and we could give the full breakdown, bro.
If God meant to say that, he'd have just said it. It says salvation's for the sons of Adam. Panah then says salvation's for the sons of Adam. He says, yeah, sons of Israel. That's literally his first response. But hold on, you guys, it doesn't say that. It says salvation's for the sons of Adam. Panah then says, no, God, actually what you meant to say was sons of Israel. If God meant to say that, he'd have just said it. Now the question begs, why does God say sons of Adam when he could have easily just said sons of Israel?
Bro, the only ones we see in prophecy getting delivered from the land of the north to be applicable for salvation is Israel. Feel what I'm saying? They're trying to draw a false conclusion in this chapter, because when you don't consider certain things, you can seemingly make it make sense, and it is the math ain't math, my nigga.
He could have even said sons of Abraham and made it even more specific. Why does God use the one guy that every single human being on the planet Earth comes from? You got to ask yourself that question. And be honest, like the brother Elijah in the chat just said. You have to be honest with the text. I actually see salvation was only for Israelites. I wasn't being honest with the text. Not that I was handling the word of the Lord deceitfully. I thought it was true. But it's not true. And it's, as we've seen, demonstratively not true. But I mean,
these niggas boring, cuz.
Man, I'm saying, bitch.
They boring.
That they pillar Isaiah 56. That's what they lean on, dog. That's what they lean on, dog. Let's keep going.
That brother. I said I don't have much time. I'm not, decent amount of time ago, and I meant it. But
Yo, sorry, bro. You not nice, nigga. You not like that, cuz.
I guess
Brother caught 4 bodies in one day. It's crazy.
You ain't catch no bodies, dude.
Yo, Jay, listen, bro. You gonna pick up where I left off? Here, I'm gonna pass the Glock.
Even just like this for the day.
Yeah. Oh no. You know what's crazy? Listen, Jay, they hated me before. Them niggas, God, man, I'm just not making any friends. It's all good.
Now, I wanted to get my question in before you had to leave, but if
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I had to deliver this.
if you pass
set.
he don't get shot too.
Brother Supervillain, when I come on, if you have another stage, I'll definitely join. You can ask me questions just for respecting my time. If it's cool, if I rap with Panay, I go after that.
Like I said, I say mine. But I really had want to go through the act with you, right? I really had want to do that. I want you to explain these few things in here, which the perspective of, right? So I'll let you, since you got to make it. I know you've been up here, and I know you got to do your thing too as well. So I'm not going to hold you hostage, right? But I actually down low get mine in. So if you got time,
do you mind if I just rap with Panay real quick? Because I want him to respond to the last thing I said. I think it's important.
If you got phone out, man, I appreciate you coming.
I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. Go ahead, Panay.
Go ahead, Panay.
All right, so what's going on here is you have to have the spirit to understand the inclination of what God is. You got to be inclined to the purpose of what God is saying. You cannot take a passage within a scripture and say, "Son of man." See, it's talking about all Adam, because you have a doctrine in your mind and you're trying to force the scripture to say something that it's not. We're all son of man, right? But in the context, when you read from Isaiah 54 and verses 1 all the way through to the end of Isaiah, we read about this specific salvation. So when the Lord says son of man, right, he's speaking in the sentiment of what he's going to do for man. What is he going to do for what specific people that he made a covenant with? Because just like he tried to bring out Ammonite, Achior the Ammonite, it didn't never say join to the Lord. It said join to Israel. He got circumcised, but didn't the Lord say that he was going to make an everlasting covenant with Isaac? Ishmael got circumcised, so this is what he don't understand. Yeah, Israelites, we're the son of man. Yeah, we are. But who did he make a covenant with, and who did he promise that the covenant, when it pertains to only Israel, right? When it pertains to Israel, how was God going to show his righteousness? By sending his son as a sacrifice. That's why Abraham said, in the mount of the Lord it shall be seen. What? The sign that would...
Right, and that's a good point, right? Just because the heathen could get circumcised, don't mean that they join to our people, man. Right? Didn't Simeon and Levi make all them brothers get make all them Hamites get circumcised?
Yeah,
when they tried to take our sister Dinah.
If I'm not mistaken, in the debate we did with Genesis, they said for a heathen to be joined with Israel, they have to want to sojourn, and they have to be circumcised. I believe that's all they said. But how can a female be circumcised?
Exactly.
They just gotta want to be joined.
A female heathen can't be circumcised.
I guess all concubines are joined to Israel, if that's the case.
Right. She automatic. Yeah, that don't make sense.
Yeah, because what we asked them was, what is the judicial process recognized in the Torah for a heathen to convert to Israel? Because there is none. They got to pull something out of the ass, or they got to be circumcised. They have to want to sojourn, right? But
that was real plausible what you just said.
Wait, nigga.
Talking about they got to pull something out the ass and they got to be circumcised. I'm there like, what are you saying? What are you saying right now?
I did it, bro. That's these niggas doctrine, though.
Oh my god.
They gotta add some clarity to that shit, to be honest, because it's not too sound. But yeah, man.
Be lifted up And all nations that Israel scattered to, still their son of man, he is going to abide in his promise so that Israel could be joined again to the covenant. That's all this is saying. But he wants to connect. Panah, did Adam have children? Man, come on, man. Come on, man. Grow up.
Okay. Well, I want to just, I mean, this is really sad. I want to take a couple seconds out to just say this. I'm not saying this to be disparaging, but he said something in that short soliloquy that I think is very important. One, he didn't go into Isaiah. He didn't read into the context of Isaiah 56. He didn't go into any definitions of words. He didn't show anything.
And let's get forward like 5 minutes. Something we gotta find something. I can't. These the only two topics. I mean, the only one topic they talk about is the Sabians. You on mute, dog. I can't hear you.
My bad. Hell yeah. But basically, throughout this whole video, those are the only two topics: the Sabians and Isaiah 56. Throughout the whole.
Speaking about the Sabians for an hour is crazy work.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm finna use the bathroom, nigga. Goddamn, I'm be back. Hold on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Y'all can see, man, these brothers. Not the brothers. Shout out the brothers from Rome, Gadar, Gabario, man. The brothers, they be bringing out a lot of good history. All that, bringing out a lot of ancient artifacts and things like that a lot of brothers don't know. Okay, you still eating? Okay, eat it. All right, so they be bringing out a lot of good ancient artifacts and all of that. Things that brothers should know. These brothers over here, these Genesis brothers, man, I don't know what to say about their ass, bro. It's a sad thing to see, though. It's a sad thing to see. Them brothers, they don't even run up on the angels no more. I think they know better now. To be honest, man. I think they told the little G's to stay away from us, stay out our inbox and all that. Don't do no calls with them angels, cause we be spanking stuff over here. What, dude? Yeah. Go eat it. Go eat your sandwich. All praise to the Most High, though. So yeah, going in on Isaiah 56, though, I can't share my screen. Probably gotta let me do it. But going in on Isaiah 56, though, let me pull it up real quick. Y'all just gotta listen to me. I can't share it. Isaiah 56. Right. So it says in verse 3, because Kapal left off at verse 2, I'm going to read verse 3. It says, "Neither let the son of the stranger that have joined himself to the Lord speak, saying, the Lord hath utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, behold, I am a dry tree." Let's start off with the eunuch first, right? So when you go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 13th chapter, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Like it, hold on. Wisdom of Solomon. I think that's 13. Is it verse 11? Nah, hold on. Blessed is the eunuch. Hold on, real quick. No, it's not 13. Hold on real quick. Let me find this quick precept. Alright, Wisdom of Solomon. 3 and 14. I'm tripping. Alright, Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 14. It says, "And blessed is the eunuch which with his hands have wrought no iniquity," right? "Nor imagine wicked things against God. For unto him shall be given the special gift of faith and the inheritance in the temple of the Lord more acceptable to his mind, right? So the eunuch is going to receive that blessing, right, to come into the temple, because you got in Deuteronomy 23, and I believe verse 1, it says, he that is wounded in the stones or have his privy member cut off, right? That would make you a eunuch. If you don't have any, if you got the ball and the chains, cut off, if you had a sex change, or if you had a so-called vasectomy or something like that, you will now in today's time be called a eunuch, right? You wouldn't be allowed to come into the temple, right? You wouldn't be allowed to come into the temple. The Most High has a prohibition towards that, right? So that's why it says, and the eunuch, behold, I am a dry tree in Isaiah 56:3. But that eunuch, he is going to receive the blessing to be able to come into the Lord's temple, right? Now, a eunuch is not a race, right? A eunuch is a class. A eunuch is a social class or whatever. A stranger is a social class. A stranger is not a race, right? So we have strangers in our community, right? Your brother could be a stranger. You have natural strangers, which are natural Gentiles, right? They could be strangers, right? So this stranger that's talking about in Isaiah 56:3 is talking about an Israelite that was cut off and that was separated. Why does it say that? Why do I say that? It says, neither let the stranger that have joined himself to the Lord speak, saying, the Lord have utterly separated me from his people, right? How did this stranger get separated? Let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 17, right? Just to show in one way how, an Israelite can be separated. Because in order to be separated, you had to once be joined unto something to be separated from it. You had to be once, with something to be separated from it. So when we go to Genesis 17, and I believe I'm on verse 14, right? When you read this, let's read it in another translation. Genesis 17:14. In the let's get it in. Where am I? Cut off. So it's gonna say you cut off. This is a specific translation that I'm looking for. But to be cut off means to be separated, though. Let me see. What's the translation I'm looking for? Let's just read it in NLT. Right. It say any male who fails to be circumcised will be cut off from the covenant family for breaking the covenant, right? ESV, any uncircumcised male who is not circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin shall be cut off from his people. He has broken my covenant, right? I'm gonna go to another translation real quick. Let's go to Bible Hub. I should have went to Bible Hub to begin with. Let's compile it back. Yeah, okay, you're back in. Hold on, I'm just going into something real quick. Genesis 17. Yeah, this light work for real. Genesis 17 and verse 14. Really, all they do, they just try to play with your head for real. That's all they can do. Hold on, wait, what I'm doing? Alright, let me go to chapter 17. Verse 14.
You got several instances in the Torah where you cut off.
Right, several instances. If you eat blood, if you commit certain manners of fornication, things like that. If you deal with divinations and idols, even the wicked witch at Endor, right? The wicked witch at Endor, she basically said that Saul, casted all her people out of the land. She got separated. You know, so what's this? Genesis 17:14, and I forgot what version I'm looking for. It's one that say separated from his people. I forgot which version we used on the presentation. But this say in the contemporary English version, it say any man who isn't circumcised hasn't kept his part of the promise and cannot be one of my people. So do that make him not a bloodline Israelite? No, it don't make him not a bloodline Israelite, but it makes him not be able to be one of the Lord's people, though.
Yeah.
Right. The GWT, God's Word translation. Any uncircumcised male must be excluded from his people because he has rejected my promise.
I got to be cut out from the community.
Right. The Good News translation. Any male who has not been circumcised will no longer be considered one of my people because he has not kept the covenant with me. So that's a way where you could be separated from the Lord's people. And you had in the time of the Maccabees where Antiochus and all the other Grecian generals and all of that was commanding our people not to circumcise their children, and that just became a wave. You know, it became a wave, and a lot of Israelites were just not being circumcised and all that, and not keeping the law anymore. They started eating pork and doing all these other things that would get them separated, or, you know, basically cut off from their people. That's why I say in Isaiah 56 that these people will receive a name that shall not be cut off. Yeah, right, we go back to the video. I ain't going too much into it.
So even anointing a heathen with the oil will get you cut off.
Right. Yeah, because a heathen can't get that oil. Like, how would brothers answer that? A heathen can't even get anointed. Can't even get the anointed oil. Yes, it called Cyrus the anointed. That just meant chosen. Right? The Lord chose him to, you know, do what he needed him to do. Right? To give the decree to rebuild the temple in Jerusalem. Right? But ultimately, though, a heathen we see in the scriptures, they can't be anointed with that oil.
Yeah, so right here is Exodus 30 and 32. Upon man's flesh shall it not be poured, neither shall ye make any other like it. After the composition of it, it is holy, it shall be holy unto you. Whosoever compounded any like it, or whoever putteth any of it upon a stranger, shall even be cut off from his people. Right? So you can't put it on the heathen, guy.
Right.
Heathen can't be anointed.
Right.
Did you go to Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 14?
Yeah, I went to that.
Okay. Really, I watched the listen to this video. That's really all they hitting on Isaiah 56.
Alright, man. So
really ain't nothing for real.
Alright, man. It's over with them. It's over with them brothers some flunkies, man. Flunkies never click the link.
Yeah, any smoke, man. Let's get some smoke, dog. Cause they hitting on all these soft weights and shit. We like, I ain't calling this brother lightweight. I'm just saying, if we gonna talk about it, let's talk about it.
Right.
If we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. What Genesis is at, man? Cause I'm really
not just them. Where anybody at? Shit. Yeah, nowhere to be found. Whenever these live streams go on, they're nowhere to be found. I even made a status. I was like, I don't want to hear nothing from no bug out. Cause we did a live, put the link in the chat, all that, and niggas did not click the link. And then the Genesis brother go share it like, this is hilarious. This hilarious. Yeah, I know you wouldn't click the link. I know you won't. You definitely not clicking the link. None of them go click the link, man. What?
Should I call that chat? That
go wash your hands. Go wash your hands. You said what?
Should I call that chat we got with Deacon and his side and all that? See if they trying to hop on.
Shit, it don't matter. But whole time though, cause we gotta start class in a minute.
The brothers want to get up with us, man. Shit, they know where to hit us.
Yeah, they definitely know where to hit us. I'm gonna take Deacon ass though. I'm like, nigga, you know we the only ones that really crushed y'all ass. Everybody else. Everybody else. I can't say the same for everybody else. I can't say the same for everybody else. But you know, we the only ones really, you know, really stumped on y'all through the spirit.
Yeah, man. So y'all like that video? I'm gonna call a brother real quick. Matter of fact, let me call that chat, dog. Fuck it. Let me call that chat. Let's see. See if these brothers trying to come on. I gotta find the chat. Let me see. All right, let's call it. Hey, Shalom, brother.
Shalom.
Yeah, me and Kazak on live right now. We just trying to see if anybody trying to chop up some doctrine real quick. Like what we just reacted to the Genesis live stream. But not a live, but it was a debate y'all did. And we just got some contention. We trying to see if y'all trying to chop it up. If y'all willing to do so.
Maybe they are. I ain't.
Okay. All right, shit, I may get up with y'all later, man.
All right, shalom.
All right, shalom, good. It's still ringing. Let's see if nigga answer. It's calling her side. Hey, man. I guess niggas don't want no smoke, man.
Ah! See that? But it's all good though through the spirit and power y'all Bashim Yahushua.
Yeah, with that, man, we're gonna get going. Make sure y'all like that video. If y'all got anything else y'all want us to react to, any doctrines y'all want us to address, man, just put it in the comments. You can hit our private inboxes, man. We ain't hiding from them. We actually address shit. You know what I'm saying? I recommend everybody looking at our Can Heathen Receive of the Living Waters breakdown, because that adds a lot of clarity to this Gentile Salvation topic.
Niggas need to go and look at that controversial scriptures breakdown too. A lot of y'all need to go look at that, man. That breaking down controversial scriptures that on the Gentile Salvation tip. A lot of y'all brothers, y'all still struggling, man. Y'all need to come get in class with the angels, man. We hold class we hold target practice every Sunday.
Man, on More Than Him Prophets, my personal page, I just did a breakdown on the distinctions between strangers and the different words. You got Gore, you got Tasab, you got Nakar, you got Nakarya. You got Gore. Niggas winning all that shit, man. So, man, we ain't hiding from no smoke, man. We actually be addressing shit. So, yeah, with that, man, like the video, subscribe. Shalom. You got anything else to say, man?
Wow, man. Keep the commandments, keep the faith, man. Endure all things. Lord willing, we continue to strive and bring forth sound doctrine, man. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua. Shalom.
Shalom. Yahweh, not Yahweh, goddamn. Oh, man.